Architect Frank Lloyd Wright became prominent for designing public works like the Guggenheim Museum. But did you know his bread and butter was designing private homes? Wright didn't just build houses, he built manifestos. Wright spent his 70-year career mastering a philosophy called organic architecture. The radical idea that human buildings should blend perfectly with the natural world around them. Today, we aren't just going to look at old blueprints. We are stepping inside 12 Frank Lloyd Wright homes that you can actually walk through, touch, and experience for yourself. Starting with number 12, the Frank Lloyd Wright home and studio. What better way to start than Wright's first home? This was built in 1889, when Wright was just 22. The Oak Park residence was where he experimented with concepts that led to the development of his Prairie style of architecture. The home was initially quite small, but then Wright designed additions during the 20 years in which he lived in it, with his wife and 6 children. Wright's studio is adjacent to the house, which buzzed with architects and artisans. The house and studio are available for tours. Once you're done, you can even experience a self-guided audio tour of the Oak Park neighborhood, where it boasts the world's biggest collection of Wright-designed buildings. But when the freezing Illinois winters became too much for the architect to bear, he fled to the American desert and completely reimagined what a house could be made of. Number 11, Taliesin West. Aside from landing on the UNESCO World Heritage Site list, Taliesin West is also one of Wright's most personal structures. He built Taliesin West in 1937 as both his winter home and a working school for architecture students. And instead of placing a building on the landscape, Wright wanted it to feel like it grew out of the desert itself. He used local materials like desert rock, Arizona sand, and concrete mixed with stone to blend the structure into its surroundings. Today, Taliesin West still reflects that vision. Its open walkways and low buildings sit naturally in the desert setting, making the whole place feel closely connected to the land around it. Its structure is now updated in parts with stronger modern materials like steel and fiberglass to help preserve it. Visitors can explore the site on guided or audio tours, which are usually offered in the mornings. Near the very end of Wright's life, he continued to prove he wasn't done breaking the rules when he agreed to build a mountain home based on a shape most architects avoid. Number 10, Kentuck Knob. This was one of the last homes that Wright built. He was 86 years old when he decided to take on his project in Pennsylvania. This home has a peculiar hexagonal shape. The residence's low-slung profile blends magically into the landscape. As you tour the house, you can actually feel how the low ceilings build a sense of cozy mystery before opening up into bright spaces. Its name came from an 18th century settler named David Askins, who wanted to move to Kentucky from Pennsylvania, but decided instead to live in the Quaker State's southwestern corner. It went by the moniker Little Kentuck, which inspired the name Kentuck Knob. If Kentuck Knob was built on a small, carefully planned budget, a wealthy heiress in Illinois gave Wright free rein. The result was a large estate that many people tend to overlook. Number 9, the Dana Thomas House. If you ever find yourself taking a road trip down Route 66 through Springfield, Illinois, you'll likely stop for a bite at the Cozy Dog Drive-In or visit Lincoln's Presidential Library. But most people completely miss a massive architectural treasure hidden right in plain sight. In 1902, a wealthy heiress and women's rights activist named Susan Lawrence Dana gave Wright a blank check to remodel her family's traditional Victorian estate. Wright didn't just fix it up. He completely swallowed the old mansion inside a massive 35-room Prairie-style masterpiece. When you tour the home today, stepping through the front door feels like walking straight into a perfectly preserved 1904 time capsule. The house actually owes that second name to its next owners, Charles and Nanette Thomas. It's thanks to them that the home still maintains almost all the furnishings and original designs. Today, when you walk through the rooms, your eyes will hit the exact custom art glass light fixtures and original furniture that Wright designed over a century ago. While the Dana house mastered the square, Wright's next project in Northern California completely banned the right angle from the blueprints. Number 8. The Hannah Honeycomb House. This is Wright's first work with non-rectangular structures. He designed the Hannah House, also known as the Hannah Honeycomb House, as part of a collaboration with Stanford professor Paul Hannah and his wife, Jean. Curious why there is a honeycomb part of the name? The house has a hexagonal floor pattern with a lack of right angles. It's one of the earliest examples of open floor planning that would be featured in many of Wright's future houses. To stay true to Wright's organic architecture philosophy, the Hannah House completes the hillside on which it is set. It was built of San Jose brick and native redwood boards. After a long restoration following the 1989 Loma Prieta earthquake, the house has been open to the public. The Honeycomb House was built for academic elites, but Wright's next project in the Deep South became a bold experiment in whether his ideas could work for everyday middle-class homes, even if the roof didn't always keep the rain out. Number 7. The Rosenbaum House. This is the only home Wright designed in Alabama, and it stands as the ultimate example of his Usonian style. A radical plan to build beautiful houses that everyday middle-class families could actually afford. To keep costs low, Wright chopped out all the standard extras. He completely banned basements and attics, opting instead for flat roofs, warm brick, and massive floor-to-ceiling windows that make the yard feel like an extension of the living room. The home was built for Stanley and Mildred Rosenbaum, and living inside a masterpiece wasn't always easy. Almost immediately after moving in, the couple ran into two major design flaws: a failing underfloor heating system and a roof that leaked like a sieve. But the architecture was so stunning, they simply didn't care. They refused to leave, even hiring Wright back years later to build an addition as their family grew. The Rosenbaums cherished the home for 60 years until Mildred passed away, passing the torch to the city of Florence to preserve it as a museum. But if you think a single family home in Alabama was ambitious, nothing compares to the massive multi-building mega-complex Wright constructed for a wealthy businessman in New York. Number 6. The Martin House Complex. One of Wright's greatest architectural accomplishments initially included 5 houses combined within a single complex in Buffalo, New York. This was constructed for businessman Darwin D. Martin and his family from 1903 to 1905. The interconnected buildings include the Darwin D. Martin House, George and Delta Barton House, Conservator, Pergola, and Carriage House. A gardener's cottage was built in 1909 and a visitor pavilion in more recent years. When you take a tour here, you get to explore nearly 30,000 square feet of architectural history. The tour guides will lead you through the grand main house, a smaller home built for family members, a beautiful greenhouse, and a long, dramatic covered walkway called a pergola. It is the ultimate place to see the prairie style up close, where long horizontal lines stretch across the landscape to connect human life with nature. But to see the exact house that opened the floodgates for this entire movement, you have to head back to the rivers of Illinois to visit the design that started it all. Number 5. The B. Harley Bradley House. Sitting along the river in Kankakee, Illinois, the Bradley House is often called Frank Lloyd Wright's first true prairie-style home. Drawing inspiration from the wide, flat, tall-grass prairies of the Midwest, it helped shape the look of modern architecture with its low roof lines and open interior spaces. Over the years, the building has served many purposes. It's been a private residence, a restaurant, a factory, and even a law office. From 2005 to 2008, it went through a major restoration that returned it to its original understated glory. Today, the house is listed on the National Register of Historic Places and is overseen by Wright in Kankakee, a local nonprofit made up of community philanthropists and preservationists. Tours are available 7 days a week, so visitors are welcome to explore the house year-round. The Bradley House represents the bright, optimistic start of Wright's career. But his next famous stop in California was born from a period of absolute heartbreak. Number 4. Hollyhock House. This residence was commissioned by oil heiress, philanthropist, and socialite Aline Barnsdall. It is located in the East Hollywood neighborhood of Los Angeles. The Hollyhock House was built during a rather difficult time in Wright's life. His partner, Mama Borthwick, was killed in 1914, and he then moved to California. Upon Borthwick's death, his aesthetics took a quite severe turn and leaned towards pre-Columbian influenced design. As you explore the property, you'll notice how Wright abandoned his gentle Midwestern style and turned towards severe, dramatic Mayan temple designs. Walking around the exterior, you'll see massive concrete block walls, inverted windows, and an actual water moat wrapping around the structure. Barnsdall lived here with her daughter, Betty, and their 12 dogs. But she struggled to make the house work as a home and eventually deeded it to the city. Today, Hollyhock House is part of the UNESCO World Heritage List. While the Hollyhock House was so intense that its owner eventually gave it away, Wright returned to Chicago to build a home so perfectly engineered that it became a global icon of modern design. Number 3. Frederick C. Roby House. Located in Chicago's historic Hyde Park neighborhood, the Roby House is a world-famous icon of modern architecture. This house is said to be Wright's most innovative and forward-thinking prairie house. It is defined by its brilliantly simple open floor plan, horizontality, seamless blending of indoor and outdoor spaces, and excellent use of materials. It is available for tours, which takes guests through the home's entry hall, playroom, dining room, living room, master bedroom, guest room, kitchen, and butler's pantry. There is also a private space tour option, which provides a rare glimpse at the home's billiards room, servant's wing, and third floor. The Roby house proved Wright could control space, but at his next hidden gem in Iowa, he took his obsession a step further by controlling literally everything down to the dinner plates. Number 2. Cedar Rock. At Cedar Rock in Iowa, Wright proved just how much of a control freak he could be. He didn't just build the house, he custom designed everything inside it, right down to the dinner plates, the couches, and the cups on the table. When you take a guided tour through the home, the guides will point out a hilarious detail. The only object allowed on the entire property that wasn't designed by Frank Lloyd Wright was a small wooden runabout boat owned by the client, Lowell Walter. As you look through the floor-to-ceiling glass windows that look out over the river, you can feel just how obsessed Wright was with controlling every single inch of his art. The house was later on donated to the state of Iowa, which still takes care of the residents. Wright was all about intricate details, but nothing compares to the absolute architectural wonder Wright pulled off in the mountains of Pennsylvania. At number 1, the Fallingwater. Built as a weekend retreat for a wealthy department store owner, Fallingwater is widely considered Frank Lloyd Wright's greatest work. Instead of building the house next to the waterfall on Bear Run, Wright built it directly above the rushing water. In 2019, Fallingwater was named a UNESCO World Heritage Site. When you stand on the cantilevered concrete terraces today, you can actually feel the mist from the water rushing right beneath your feet. With no curtains on the glass, custom stone floors, and the constant roar of the water echoing through the rooms. Nature doesn't just surround you on this tour, it lives inside the house with you. If you were amazed at how Frank Lloyd Wright showed how his buildings would interact with people and their environment, you'll appreciate the story in this next video.